So Zoe, thanks for joining us today.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hey, well, probably much like the rest of the human race, just weird right now.
Yeah.
Hey, so thanks for coming along and joining us. So today, I think we're going to start things off, and I've got a multitude of Nikwax products on my desk here, is the Essentials Kit, or the Basic Kit, sorry, I'm getting them wrong. I knew I was going to get one thing wrong, and that's it. So as I raise the tech wash, our green screen is going to freak out. So it's not see-through like it might appear here. It's actually tech wash and TX.Direct. That looks far more normal. So these are two of the real staple products of the Nikwax range. And I think just as my own rambling introduction before I actually get you, someone who really knows about the product, to talk about it, is that, I've used, aftercare products for a great many years, and the reason I have is to bring the performance of the products back to that sort of like original standard, stop your waterproofs wetting out. And one of the things that loads of people don't realize when they're buying waterproofs now is that because of the way in which they used to be treated, many moons ago, not that many moons ago, relatively recent history, when they were basically coated in all sorts of PFCs, they were really durably waterproof, but they were also environmentally extremely damaging.
Yeah.
Now that they have far fewer or none, the upshot is it's really positive for the environment. The downside is that your jacket will wet out sooner. So tell us about Tech Wash and TX.Direct.
Okay, so the first kit that we're going to be talking about today, as you said, Rob, are our absolute staples, so our most popular products. So we've got a Basics Kit, which comes in a dry bag, and you get a litre of Tech Wash and 300 ml of TX.Direct. So Tech Wash is a specialist cleaner designed for all outdoor gear. So it will clean your waterproofs, but it will also actually, clean things like fleeces as well. But today we're going to talk about waterproofs. So the important thing to know is that sometimes when your waterproof's wetting out, it's just because it's got dirt on it. So it could be also sweat from the inside, but dirt and contaminants. So quite often, just using the Tech Wash alone will actually revitalise the waterproof, revitalise your DWR, and it's just basically removing, any contaminants that are on your waterproof. And the great thing is, we've recently done some independent testing, and Tech Wash has been proven to be the most effective technical cleaner. So it's basically removing more stains than any other technical cleaner. We actually tested it on a range of things, including blood and wine.
If anyone's been out in the last few months, blood and wine are two of the most prevalent things over my clothing now. I think within the British climate as well that we have, where we're not European, Scandinavian, this nice dry, cold climate. We're a sort of muddy, wet climate, and that tends to lead to things getting quite dirty.
Yeah. So cleaning is really important. And actually, another thing to note is that we found also that antibacterial hand gel can actually also destroy the DWR on your waterproof clothing. So if you're anti-backing a lot, you may find that you need to clean your waterproofs more often as well. So
that's interesting. That's very, very current.
Yes, indeed. So Tech Wash, definitely you need to clean as soon as you start seeing your jacket wetting out. It can be used on other things as well. And then if you actually want to restore your DWR, so if cleaning alone isn't working, then you need TX.Direct. Again, an absolute Nikwax staple, it's been around for years. And the great thing about all Nikwax products, but in particular TX.Direct, is absolutely no PFCs in there. So, and there never has been. So Nikwax has always been very conscious of what we're putting into the environment. And also, you don't need to heat activate it. So,
which for someone that doesn't have, I neither own an iron, which you can probably tell from my general appearance, or a tumble dryer. So my issue has always been that if you need to heat activate it, well, I mean, like, shove it out in the sunshine for a few bits, and that's as far as I can get.
Yeah, so no heat activation required. You can literally just wash and hang to dry. You do need to do the 2 separate cycles, so washing first and then run it through again with the tech wash on a slow spin, so you don't so that the waterproofing remains on the jacket.
I know one thing that I remembered being a sort of slogan of yours a few years ago was with the TX.Direct and your other products. It's getting that high quality performance, but not as a compromise for the environmental aspect of the business. It's like you're getting the top performance and the environmental benefits as well, without any of the sort of drawbacks of it basically just being watered down. You know, it's like you haven't, you know, there's no sort of downside to basically the equation of using it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not even a downside, but you know, unfortunately, gear care is something that we all need to do. It's not the glamorous side. It's not really what you want to do when you come home after a walk or whatever. But you know, at the end of the day, you're looking after your gear. You're going to make your gear last for longer, which again, actually, is really helpful for the environment as well, because you're reducing your consumption. So, you know, rather than running off and getting a new jacket every year, you know, really look after what you've got, and it will last you for years. So yeah.
It sounds to me the other take-home messages from this is use Tech Wash a little more often as well. Don't necessarily use both Tech Wash and TX.Direct together all the time. You know, you can give it a bit of a wash to give it just that sort of pep up, basically, and then intermittently use TX.Direct to just give it that boost as and when, well, probably it starts raining again outside.
Yeah.
Cool, that's fantastic. These are all available now as well in the basic kits, and the dry bag as well is actually a really neat little thing as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I think it's actually really good I use it for putting my walking boots in when I get back in the car. But it is obviously also useful when we get back to sunnier times. You can take it out and keep your valuables or your phone in it or whatever when you're kind of out and about. So
Perfect. Right, thanks ever so much for that, Zoe. Look forward to catching up soon.
All right, thanks, Rob.